Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Time Traveler's Handbook. Today we are continuing on with our discussion of Boss Level. Spoilers ahead. A lot of time loop movies are kind of framed as a mystery-solving movie, but a lot aren't. This movie felt more to me like Roy was trying to solve a mystery and doing investigation into certain things, and it felt a lot more like he was progressing through the story and towards finding the answers to how the loop works. So really, I feel like this movie is a pretty good example of what a mystery film would look like if you're stuck in a time loop. There's mostly just one thing that I want to mention about this, and that's the aspect of slowly revealing information over multiple loops. Time loops, and especially death loops, have this property that essentially you get stuck in a routine looping over and over again, finding the right path to make it through the day without dying. This makes it so as you are continuing through the day and trying to find the right path, you can end up learning things very slowly towards the progression of escaping. For instance, Roy learned about the tooth implant that he had after some trial and error, learning that the assassins were tracking him and thus knew his location at all times. So he knows how to avoid that in the future. He figures out how to defeat certain assassins and where to get the most value out of his limited time that he has, and he learns more about what caused the time loop to happen and why he's stuck in it. Inch by inch, he's learning a little bit more about the world around him with every loop and how his actions affect the other people at play. I like this structure quite a lot, and it especially comes to fruition at the end when Roy realizes that Gemma did not die the previous night, unable to be saved. Rather, she dies about 14 minutes after he wakes up, which means that if he can save her in those 14 minutes, then he's succeeded and he has a higher chance of getting out of the loop. Up to that point, he had never tried to get to that tower and to her office within those 14 minutes. He had always gone a different direction, but he used the helicopter that had been there since the beginning to get him to the tower and make light work of defeating his enemies. Naturally, you would think that this course of action would be a logical way to complete the loop after knowing everything, and he could have done that at any time. But since he didn't have the knowledge that he needed to motivate him to go in that direction, he never even tried. Thus, we see that progression in a time loop story comes out of this very nicely. Knowing that as you learn more information about the problems that you're facing, you'll eventually be able to find a way to overcome them, even if the answer was right in front of you the entire time. That's all I wanted to talk about with this theme. Next time, we're going to be talking about death a little bit more. As always, thank you for listening.